Michelle with Pink and Maine. Thanks so much for joining me today. We're going to be using our Bold Butterfly panel cover dies to create some beautiful butter themed cards. We have 3 panels. They're A, B, and C. You can use them each independently, or you can layer them together to create some beautifully colored butterflies. For our first card, we're going to be using a top folding A2 size card, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I've stamped the sentiment hello and cut it out this little flag end on it. And this hello is from our Cherry Blossom stamp set. I just love the look of that script font. I have cut out in different colors each of the panels. So here we have A, so you can see it cuts out a beautiful butterfly with lots of detail to it. And that would look just gorgeous on the card by itself. But let's layer it with the B panel and the C panel. So see, as I layer them together, the B panel is going to give me a color behind the center portion of the butterfly, but it leaves all of this open. So when I layer the C panel, it is going to fill in this outer portion that was open before. But the B panel is covering it up here, giving us, so we can get a 3-toned butterfly. And isn't that gorgeous with that pop of glitter paper in the wings? So pretty. So let's glue these together. When I'm gluing them together, I like to take note of where the panel that I'm gluing onto has nice solid areas to adhere down to, and then I put the glue in those areas. If you don't like adhering the tiny little antenna together, you can snip them off because you do have an antenna on the A panel, which will be there. I like to glue them together because it builds up the same dimension as the full butterfly. Now we have panels C and B glued together. We can adhere this to the back of A. I like to flip them over and adhere them down to the A panel from the back so I can see exactly where to place them. As you can see, B and C panel do not have that frame around them, so they fit within this frame. They fit just on the butterfly portion of the A panel. So when I flip this over, as you can see, I have a beautiful 3-toned butterfly, and we've got that really pretty glitter paper in the background. That black glitter paper is from our metallic set. It's also included in the fall glitter pack, and it's just really pretty with that orange and light blue. Now all that's left to do is to adhere the entire piece down to our card. Now we have them layered on our white card base, and that is one beautiful card. You could just use this as is. There is space up here if you wanted to stamp a sentiment up there, or you can always do like I did and cut out your sentiment and just lay it across the butterfly somewhere. And there's our first card. Our next card is a side opening A2 size card. And since I layered and glued the first 3 butterfly panels together for you on the first card, this time I've already have them glued together. I just wanted to show you a different color combination. So here I have a navy blue for panel A, and then I did this hot pink, and then one of our holographic cardstocks on that back layer, and it's super glittery and sparkly. We have 2 sets of holographic cardstock, and they have different patterns of holographic paper in there. I did the same thing where I stamped out a sentiment. This one is thanks, and this one also is from our Cherry Blossom stamp set, but this time I'm just going to add it to the other side of the card. So here's our second card. Again, 3 layers, all 3 panels together with different colors. And you can see with our first 2 cards how just using different colors, different glitter papers or holographic papers, you can get completely different looks. We're gonna do one more card with all 3 panels because I had to show you how it looks when you put like a black or darker paper behind it. This time I've used a light blue glitter paper from our spring glitter paper pack. I've used that hot pink again, and I've used a gray, and those 3 colors together, wow, they just pop. And that glitter paper on the top makes for a super sparkly butterfly. And it just pops off of this black background. So we're just gonna glue these down and add them to the card front. And that makes one beautiful card. I'm not even going to add a sentiment to the front of this. You could use this for any occasion. Write your own message on the inside or stamp a sentiment on the inside. But I just love the way the outside of that looks, just the way it is. For our next card, we're going to use an A2 size side folding card. This time I'm just layering panel C and panel B together. I've cut out this beautiful lilac glitter paper that's in our spring glitter paper pack, and I've just got a light blue cardstock behind it, and we're just gonna glue this down to the card. So you get a similar look to using all 3 panels together. You still get a beautiful butterfly, but you don't have the frame around it like you do with when you use panel A. You also don't get all the detail in the center here, but that's a nice place to put a sentiment, and that's what we're gonna do. Again, on this card, we've just used panel B and panel C underneath, and we still get a beautiful butterfly card. This is another stamp from our Cherry Blossom stamp set. I just love that script font that's in that stamp set, and I thought it would be nice with the butterflies. So I'm just gonna put this in the center of the butterfly. And here's our lovely card. You could add pearls and gems around in different places, but I think with this glitter paper on the butterfly, I think we've got enough sparkle and shine, and I'm gonna leave it just like it is. For our next card, we're using another side opening A2 size card. I've cut out a black cardstock layering piece. I have layered panel B and C again, with the C being on the top this time. I've got a beautiful holographic piece behind it with layer B. And I love how this holographic shines different colors. We've got the gray butterfly, panel C on top. We're gonna put this over the black cardstock, and we're gonna get a gorgeous look. So here's our butterfly on our black cardstock. I've cut the black cardstock to fit the butterfly panel B and C perfectly. And so that size is gonna be 4 by 5 1/4. I've cut out this nice little scripty font hello from our die. This hello comes with our wreath base die. So you get a nice wreath with it, and it's gonna cut out the word hello, and it fits perfectly up in this corner up here. We're gonna glue that there. I cut the hello die out of one of our holographic cardstocks, so it sparkles and shines just like the inner part of the butterfly. And I love this look of black and gray and white with that holographic sparkle. This is a really pretty, classy looking card, I would say. For our next card, we're using a top folding A2 size card, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And all I've done is taken our ergonomic blender brush, and I've blended some ink just around the bottom portion of the card, blended it up to the top just a little bit, but let most of the colors be centered here in this bottom left kind of side of the card. I left some of this white, so it's just like a soft blended, it almost looks airbrushed. And I'm just gonna use panel A. So you can just use A by itself. You can put it on top of like a pattern paper behind it, but I like the look of this ink blend behind it. So you just get kind of an ombre soft color blend on the card. So let's add the butterfly to the card front. So here's our card with that nice ink blended ombre look, soft airbrush look behind the butterfly. Very pretty. For our last card, we're just going to use panel A again. So it's just the butterfly with the frame around it, but we're going to do something fun. We're going to make a shaker card with it. So an open die like this is perfect for a shaker card because you can see through a lot of it, where you can add little sequins or glitter, whatever you want to add back behind it to shake around. I have a piece of purple cardstock that I'm going to glue to our A2 size card. If you've never made a shaker card before, don't be intimidated. They're really very simple and require just a few steps. And I bet you have everything in your craft room right now to make one. So we've got our panel A butterfly frame cut out. Behind it, I have glued a piece of acetate. Now what I used this time was just a piece from the stamp or die packaging. I just cut my packaging down to fit and I glued it on the back of this butterfly panel. It's like a window now. Nothing can come through it. It's got this clear acetate piece behind it. So even if you don't have acetate at home, you can use your packaging from your stamps and dies that you purchase. Save the packaging and you can use that for your shaker cards. The next thing you want to do is we want to raise this frame up a bit. You want to give room underneath for your bits and pieces to shake around. So I've just got foam tape. You just want to make sure you close off every part of the frame around the edge. You don't want a space where any shaker pieces to shake out of the card. I've added a couple little foam pieces to the other parts of the butterfly on the inside just to raise it up as well, since it's a big piece that covers the entire card. I don't want them to sink down in the middle too much. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add my sequins. And this is a sequin mix from one of our Crafty Courtyard kits. So I want all my sequins. You can use glitter also, small little seed beads, whatever is small and thin enough to fit under the shaker frame, you can put in a shaker card. I want everything to stay within the frame like so. And I spread it out a little bit so it's not too thick in any one area. I've removed the backing off my foam adhesive. If you just use regular foam that you cut down into strips and glue on, you can use glue to adhere it, that's fine. Just want to make sure you close up the entire frame so that nothing has space to shake out. And I'm just going to adhere this down really well. And now we have a beautiful butterfly shaker card. Look at those sequins shake around under there. So pretty. We even have butterfly sequins in there. Thanks again for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed this video where we've created some beautiful butterfly cards with the Pink and Main Bold Butterfly panel dies. As you can see, you can use the dies independently or you can layer them together for some beautiful looks. Head on over to pinkandmain.com to check out these dies. And until next time, my friends, keep living the creative life.